indeed, it's Monday. Monday is the first official work day of the week, but today is a public holiday as declared by the federal government, of course, because of the festivity, the Christmas, and fantastic as you're staying at home. We will be ensuring that you enjoy that holiday. This is Flow 94.9 FM, still the morning show right here, the one we call Morning Spice. Yes, indeed. It is the discussion segment, the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions. We deal with those issues, we dissect them for you. Of course, we delve into those matters so that you can make better decisions and have an idea, bringing different perspectives. My name is Michael Oni. This morning, what do I have for you? You must have heard in the news. It came shocking to many, but to some persons, it was not shocking. Talking about the declaration of Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe for governorship election. He made his intention known during the weekend. It's 17 months to the end of the present democratic dispensation in Nigeria, and this implies that a change of guard is expected in 2023. That you know, and trust our politicians, the game and the race for the plum jobs had begun since the end of the last elections, and arm twisting, political realignment, consensus building, and consultations are all part of the bigger picture of the tight race to get to the finishing line. So in Abia State, the 2023 governorship election, the governorship fever may have ignited somewhere, and this time around in Obingwa local government area of Abia State, the same local government where the incumbent governor of the state, Dr. Ikpeazu, is coming from. As the Senate Minority Leader at the National Assembly, Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe declared his intention to fight for the top job. Well, the declaration, though, did not come to many as a surprise, but it has further thrown open the question of the famous Charter of Equity and the Gentleman Rotational Agreement, or rather by the Founding Fathers. So let's look at the political equation again vis-a-vis the reactions that are already trailing the decision of this distinguished senator. This will form the basis of our conversation this morning on the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions on Flow 94.9 FM. Of course, that declaration took place at the governor's country home. Yes, that was where Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe, but close associates of the senator and some of his loyalists have expressed their strong conviction that he would not just clinch the PDP Guba ticket, but would go ahead to win the election. And rumors from the government circles also emerged that Saturday morning that Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe made his intention known right at the governor's Aba Government House Lodge, on Friday night. And the minority leader, the Senate minority leader, embarked on the visit with some Obingwa local government political stakeholders. And the governor, it was gathered, was taken aback when Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe told him the reason for their visit, as he was shocked with the senator's revelation. I told him that the caliber of the persons on the visit and the governor, according to the SAS, said was thrown off balance. But there is an official release as of this morning from the government circle, talking about the chief press secretary to the governor, because the governor has reacted, and the chief press secretary released a statement this morning signed by, of course, CPS Sir Onyebuchi Manka, where he said 2023, Ikpeazu will not be distracted. And let me just run you through the press release. Our attention has been drawn to certain reports in both the traditional and social media on the declaration of interest in the 2023 gubernatorial elections in Abia State by the Senate Minority Leader, Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe. Some of these reports are factually incorrect, while some others carry certain misleading insinuations and needless innuendos. In view of the above, a proper clarification has not only become politically expedient but inevitable. On the 24th of December 2021, Governor Ikpeazu received Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe in his country home at Umuobiakwa in Obingwa local government on a scheduled Christmas visit. This visit, which has become an annual ritual by the senator, is, for all intents and purposes, a display of brotherhood and love, Senator Abaribe is not only an elder brother to the governor but a highly respected Nigerian political leader. It was in the course of the visit that the senator informed the governor of his intention to throw his heart into the ring when the contest for the 2023 gubernatorial elections in the state starts. The senator was accompanied by some political leaders from Obingwa local government on the visit, and Governor Ikpeazu welcomed the senator and thanked him for the Christmas visit. On the issue of his gubernatorial ambition, the governor made the following remarks. 1. That he believes strongly that power comes from God and that the issues around power are too important and critical that God cannot leave it entirely in the hands of men. It was this philosophy that defined his own emergence as governor in 2015. 2. That he was not thinking about the politics of 2023 now, because doing so will be tantamount to a technical abridgment of his own tenure and is capable of distracting him from the serious issues of governance in the state currently. In particular, the governor stated that he is presently occupied with ensuring that some critical road projects are dealt with, especially in Aba within the dry season window. Some of these projects for which contractors have been fully mobilized include the recovery and completion of Fox Road, Port Harcourt Road, Ungwa Road, Urata, Obohia, Ohanku, Onuma, Ezuku Cemetery Road, Abaweri Road, Absuth, Udiagbada Road, and the Osisioma Interchange, amongst others. 3. That in the view of the above, it will be inexpedient for him to associate himself with the aspirations of any person at this time, a move that could send wrong signals to the rest of the state and introduce some level of confusion in the politics of our dear state. Finally, Governor Okeze Ikpeazu is a Democrat who understands and respects the rights of every citizen to his political aspirations. He also firmly believes that when the time is right, the usual interplay of political forces on the one hand and the divine agenda on the other will put all issues around he who succeeds him to rest. That's the official statement coming from the government quarter, as of course directly from the governor himself in reaction to the topic of discussion this morning. Let's begin the conversation. I'm going to bring in my first panelist this morning. Okay, he's a regular on some of our programs right here on the Flow of God's Own State, Flow 94.9 FM, and he believes power should rotate to Abia North Senatorial District. Just to bring you a background of where he's coming from, he's the Director General of Abia North Political Project, Dr. Uduma Unate. Of course, let's have his reactions, what he feels about this declaration, and how he receives it, and what he feels the early intention of Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe. Dr. Unate, glad to have you join us. Welcome to the platform on Flow 94.9 FM. Good morning to you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can
okay,
you
great. Welcome. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. So, it's a known fact that you're a strong advocate of power rotation to the North Senatorial District, Abia North Senatorial District. So, how did you receive the news of Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe declaring and making his intention known come 2023, being from the same local government that the incumbent governor is from?
Thank you very much. I will start by saying that is his constitutional right. Then, what I only need to add there is the fact that our founding fathers decided on a rotational pattern of governance to give room for fair play, equity, and orderliness. That was when the issue of agriculture of equity came in. And coincidentally, Senator Abaribe was one of the people using that charter of equity to campaign during Governor Okeze Ikpeazu's second tenure, that other senatorial zones were allowed to take their 2 terms, that Governor Ikpeazu should be allowed to take his second term. And that being the major campaign mantra of PDP in 2019. Coming now to say he's interested, well, remember I said it is his constitutional right, but I'm yet to see any political arrangement that will favor him. One, he's been by 2023, he would have spent 16 years in the Senate. The present sitting governor is not only from the same Abia South with him, but from the same local government, Odinga. So I'm yet to see what he is going to use to convince both his party and others for him to have the ticket of his party. That is my position. So, for if in line with the Charter of Equity, it is the turn of Abia, not people.
Okay, you say in line with the Abia Charter of Equity, but that Charter of Equity is not recognized by the law. It has not been passed by the House of Assembly.
No, it's not in any constitution.
Yes, go on.
No. The Charter of Equity is not in any constitution. You understand? It has always been an arrangement. Our founding fathers put that arrangement on ground for us. Just like when you say presidency, rotational presidency, it's not in Nigerian constitution. But each time a northerner finishes a term, the South knows it's their turn without really quarreling about it, except when somebody is out for mischief or wants to create chaos or wants to heat up the polity or something else. So that is why personally I'm not moved that he said he wants to run for governorship. If after using it to campaign and he is now benefiting from it, something he is a beneficiary of, he is no longer abiding by it. So I don't know. It will be left for the party.
But really, some persons are of the opinion that power has gone round in Abia State. So some opinion holders have come out to say, yes, it has gone round. If you are going to look at the Abia Charter of Equity, it has gone to the north, it has gone to the south, it has been to the power has been at the central. Then it can start anywhere. Then we can now start obeying the Charter of Equity again. Is there an alignment to that? Must it go? Is it compulsory, if we are to go by your analysis this morning, that we should follow the Charter of Equity? Must it go back to?
Let me answer you.
To Abia
the word rotational means sequential order. After this is this. After this is this. Rotational. Rotational doesn't say after the first round, people will now begin to scramble and kill themselves. Whoever is more powerful takes over. That is not the meaning of rotational. It's just like when parents put food for the children on table and said, look, this one is for afternoon, this is for evening, that you should follow that order. Maybe one big boy thinks he's too big, I will eat the food meant for every other person. That person is inviting chaos and anarchy.
Now, another question I want you to, I'm finding answers to this morning, is the issue of rotational politicians emerging as leaders through this rotational arrangement and being qualified. You know, it looks like we've gone beyond looking at the qualification of the politicians now. Then now we're looking at where he's from. Are we not? Are we not a bit?
Yeah.
Yes.
I understand your question vividly.
Okay.
Our advocacy has not been that because we say it's the turn of Abia, not people, we should just go and assemble mediocres to come and take over leadership. I am proud to tell you that Abia North parades one of the best in the whole state in terms of knowledge, capacity, understanding of what governance is all about. Name it. We parade the best. So we are saying Abians should give us opportunity for us to bring out one of our best to revive the state, to liberate the state. We will no longer stand aloof and watch power shift from one person just for consideration of personal gain to another. That is the position. We are not celebrating mediocrity. We are celebrating meritocracy because we parade the best hand.
Okay, now let's look at the timing. So much is being said about the timing. Now, Senator Enyinnaya about the timing. Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe has come out to make his intention known at when we have as much as 17 months to the end of the present democratic dispensation, and many persons have come out to say, well, this might be like a distraction, although the governor has come out to say, well, I don't have any issue with it being distraction. Now, you've been a loud voice clamoring for power rotation to Abia North Senatorial District. Now, the agitation, the arm twisting that is going on, consensus building and consultations, are these not part of distraction to the present administration? Why not focus your energy, or probably the senator also focus his energy on ensuring that Dr. Ikpeazu delivers on his promises to Abians before talking about 2023, probably make some of these intrigues happen some few months to the 2023 general elections?
You see, political game, no time is too short or no time is too long. There is time INEC has given for campaigns. Nobody said the Abaribe'S started campaigning. For me, anybody can say, this is the position I want to go for, maybe, and start making consultations. I think his visit to the governor is part of his consultations.
Okay.
So for me, the timing is not completely wrong. But I think the governor was also brilliant enough to tell him that, well, power belongs to God. If it is God's will, but that he does not need to be distracted. Himself does not need to be distracted. But the truth is, it will distract Senator Abaribe himself in the performance of his legislative duty.
Interesting.
It will. Because people will begin to look at, even as a senator for close to 16 years, what projects have you attracted to your constituency? What value addition in terms of bills, lawmaking have you made? Because these are things that will be drawn on table and people analyze and say, okay, this is one of our best. Because Abia will present their best this time around. Being best is not maybe believing in one particular idea or not and follow it, but there are more to it. You understand?
All right. Dr. Uduma Nate, the Director General of Abaribe'S North Political Project, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us this morning on the program.
It's my pleasure.
Flow FM. I do appreciate.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The conversation continues shortly after this time out. Of course, we look at the implication of Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe'S declaration and of course his visit, even as Governor Ikpeazu has reacted. It is the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions on Flow 94.9 FM. Yes, indeed, it is still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions right here on Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own state. Happy holidays also. Once again, of course, it's a public holiday. Even as we're looking at the politicking that has started ahead of the 2023 general elections, looking at the declaration of Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe'S. It's been coming with a lot of reactions. Don't forget, we're live on Facebook. Of course, you can watch what is happening live in the studio on our Facebook page, facebook.com/flow949fm. facebook.com/flow949fm. You can also drop your comments there, just as we are expecting the legislative aid to the distinguished senator representing Abia South Senatorial District, because it has to deal with his intention this morning so that we can have a balanced conversation. But before we join him, let me bring in a journalist, of course, a neutral perspective to this conversation this morning. I have joining me the publisher of Abia Fact newspaper. He's a friend of the house, Mr. Menike Rebu. Glad to have you join us. Welcome to the platform on Flow FM.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. How did you receive the news? Of course, that there is this. It is early declaration. If I'm correct, I think this is the first major stakeholder making his intention known ahead of 2023 general election. In that seat, of course, the number one position right here in Abia State.
Yes, that's very correct, Tony. That is the first major pronouncement by an individual that he has an interest in running for the highest position in Abia State. Yes, you asked me how did I receive.
How did you receive the news? Yes.
Beautiful. I received it with mixed feelings.
Okay.
Number one is that we must state the fact that distinguished Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe is qualified in all ramifications with capacity, experience to be governor of Abia State. That is his right. He has the right, and nobody can deny him that particular right. So on that aspect, it's good, it's understandable. But in another aspect, as a journalist who have been on ground and have seen the happenings of things and the political movement of things, it also came to me as not being too palatable again, considering the peace that we want to be maintained in Abia State and how we expect that power should move around to make sure there is understanding and there is peaceful coexistence in this state. Of course, you are aware that our current governor Ikpeazu, is from Obingwa local government area. He's from Obingwa local government area. Distinguished Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe is also from the same local government area. And for me, I think it will not be proper for the senator to say he wants to run for governor, understanding that his brother will in a few months relinquish the position after serving for 8 years. I think he needs to allow other people to have an attempt to it. He needs to allow other zones to have an attempt to it. He needs to allow other Abians feel indeed that they are part and parcel of this our great state called Abia. I'm not against him personally. Of course, I've said it over and over. He's qualified. He is highly qualified. But politically, and as a watcher, as a journalist on ground, we know that ambition, we may not go down too well with other local governments, with other zones in this particular state.
Okay, let's look at the political implication of this early declaration by Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe. My first analyst on the program this morning said it might not necessarily be a distraction for the governor of the state, but might be distraction for the distinguished senator. Now, this brings to question the area of declaring early for election. Of course, for a position rather, one will be asking, is it right to declare, to make your intentions known like months away from the general elections, as early as 17 months to the end of the present democratic dispensation in Nigeria?
Contrary to so many opinions which are postulating that it's too early, I do not think it is too early, because we all understand that by early next year, party primaries will start. So if we have less than 5 months to party primaries from now, so there's nothing wrong about anybody declaring his intention now. Make your intention known. Let the people themselves get to know you. Let the people begin to size you up. Let the people begin to check you up. Let the people have an opportunity to cry foul when they see or hear or get to know that you lack capacity to be there. So I think this is the appropriate time. Between now, December, January next year, people will begin to come out in drove to declare their intentions, because the primaries should hold between them, I think either towards March or May or thereabout. So we don't have time again. And then, of course, you know that it has been said all over that 2022 is a political year. So it is not late, entirely not late. And for the senator, is a veteran at the National Assembly. I think he should be able to balance his time between representing his people properly and between politicking.
Now, maybe there is a lacuna in our constitution, so to say, because if you look at elected officials declaring, now many persons have come out to say that maybe they should be stopped until providing the dividends of democracy they were elected for, before making intentions known for another elective position. If not, they should just concentrate. Do you support that line of thought, Mr. Menike?
I really do not support that line of thought, because that line of thought, to me, well, it's not as if it totally does not make sense. The point is that the people need accountability. The people want to know exactly what you've achieved for them. The people want to see you see up your time effectively in serving the people that you promised to serve. But if you have a capacity to balance your timing, of course, even National Assembly is about politics. It's about representing the people. It's about fighting for the interest of the people. It's about politics entirely. So if you have the capacity to effectively represent your people and effectively push an agenda for a re-election, which is a good one if you are doing well, I don't think anything is wrong with that. Let's not even shy away from the fact most of our elected officers start politicking from the day they are sworn in for a second time or a third time or a fourth time, as the case may be. So for me, I don't think it doesn't really hold water from my own opinion.
Can that be managed without distraction? That's a big question here. Without distraction from what you've been elected to do for the people, can you manage such?
It can be managed. That is why we are calling for people of high standard, people of high quality, people that have the capacity to lead the people to be in positions of power. Remember that I've just told you earlier on that we are entering the election year 2022. So all over the world, including Nigeria, whenever election year begins to enter, people in position get a little distracted, no doubt about that. But if the machinery of government, if the machinery of governance keep moving the appropriate way it should move, there's nothing wrong about it. All over the world, even in the US, everywhere, even the last election in the US, what's his name? The former president of the US was in office while running for election. He didn't shut down the government. Government did not shut down. Donald Trump. Government did not shut down. Things were happening. So we should try to make sure that we make governance independent of individuals. If we have government agencies, government ministries, and they keep doing their work as at when due, whether the governor or whoever is running for an election, it does not stop governance and leadership.
Now, perhaps some persons are also of the opinion that the issue of governance, the issue of leadership should not be streamlined to a zone in the name of rotational elective positions. For example, the governorship position in Abia State. I understand there is this arrangement that is being followed, which many parties have come out to say it is PDP arrangement and not Abia arrangement. Although the founding fathers came up with this charter of equity, although not backed by the law. Do you agree that we should always follow rotating power, or probably we should throw it open to everyone? If you qualify, then, and if you think you can deliver, go ahead, not minding where you're coming from.
Yes, I totally agree with that. But then, in another context again, I look at the maturity of Nigerian politics and Abia State politics. The Nigerian context and the Abia State context, we are still battling as much as possible to have an effective coexistence. We are still battling as much as possible to trust ourselves. We are still battling as much as possible to believe that we are both brothers and sisters. So in the context of Nigerian politics and Abia State politics at this time, making sure every zone is carried along is part of the maturity of the political circle. It's part of the maturity of democracy in Abia State and in Nigerian context. That's why at the national level, you see people talk about, let it move to this zone, so that everybody will feel a sense of belonging. The maturity of our political system at the moment has not gotten to the point where we will say a particular zone will field somebody or will hold on to the president or the governor for maybe 20, 30 years. We have not gotten to that point. Once you do that, you are breaking down the fabrics that is holding the people together. So the people, every angle of this state or this nation, want to feel that the government or leadership have come to their side. It gives them a sense of belonging to being part of that state. So that is where we are at this moment. I should not shy away from that. It is only being foolhardy to claim that we don't know where we are at the moment. This is where we are at this moment.
Right.
So for me, And the good part of it is that there is no particular zone of this country or this state that does not have men of quality to actually act effectively as leaders of governors in any capacity.
Interesting. Mr. Emenike Regu, many thanks for joining us and sharing your thoughts with us this morning on the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions on Flow 94.9 FM. We do appreciate you.
Thank you very much, Michael.
You're
Have
welcome.
a wonderful
Do
day.
enjoy the rest of your day. All right, Emenike Rebu is a public affairs analyst and also the publisher of AF News, a journalist and also a friend of the house. We're trying to reach the legislative aid to Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe. Hopefully we'll get across to him before we wrap up the program this morning. But let me have your thoughts. What do you think of Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe's declaration and that visit to Governor Ikpeazu and the governor's reaction to the visit and his declaration? The lines are very much open now. Let's talk. 0808 182 6949, 0811 605 2949. You can also drop messages on 0906 510 8289. Don't forget we're live on Facebook. You can share your thoughts with me on the Facebook page, Flow 949 FM, and watch the happenings in the studio live on the Facebook page. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael.
You're welcome. Good morning.
Compliment for the season.
Thank you. Same to you.
I'm calling from Abaribe'S.
All right.
Michael, there is a problem here in Nigeria. It's clear with us. And that's why every time they talk about zoning and they talk about, say so much about how one comes from, I get restless and I become afraid. I was born and brought up North. Precisely, when we were growing up, we don't know what is Umo or this son of the father. We don't know that. So when I grew up and discovered that Friday is so bastardized. It's clannish in nature. The way we vote according to where we come from. And that's particularly what is going to happen in 2023. People will vote according to where they come from. No, they don't look at credentials. People who do well. You understand? In your private life. So I mean, they're coming up to, success. It's showing interest in success. It's good for him. But I'm just looking at the achievements. What are they achieved before now? And that will give you clear evidence. People will now say, based on what we are seeing so far, you can put it in there. But the problem has been the arrangement of the position. So to speak, this position is just a problem. If you allow other states to, play a fair election, right from the primary election to the secondary election, people will get the best. So I will just encourage other states. I will just encourage other states at large. It should be mindful of the candidates they want to support, because property under development is not tied to a particular thing.
All right, let's have others on the line. I do appreciate you for sharing your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to the platform.
Can you hear me, Michael?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, my name is Michael. I'm calling from Aba.
All right, comrade. Welcome.
Thank you, Michael. Let me talk about the issue of Senator Abaribe declaring for governor 2023. Michael, I'm a true son of Okwangwa. A true son of Okwangwa. I want to tell our people, let them be careful. Issue of the son who succeed Governor Ikpeazu, our Wangwa people should be very, very careful, because let them not make any mistakes. Because if they make any mistakes, that will cost them a price that they don't have to pay. If somebody from Opingwa is being the governor of Abaribe currently, and his brother is coming out from the same Ungwa, where we have another Ungwa expression that believes in the equity, fair play of Ungwa people, it looks somehow. So I want to appeal our people, whatever decision that you want to take, please let him be the interest of the people. You will not be there because of your own interest alone. You scatter and mortgage the interest of other people.
All right.
2023
Comrade.
in United States, finally, Michael, I want to tell you, 2023 who succeeds Ikpeazu can never be a game of one person. Abaribe'S must known.
All right,
And what we have suffered will redeem the integrity of our state. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Keep your calls coming. Keep your thoughts coming. Jamil Abubakar on Facebook page, Good Morning Flo. Chooks Emmanuel says he has a right to contest. That's his fundamental right of exercise, or to exercise his franchise. All right. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome.
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Loman the Prophet.
Yeah, this is Loman the Prophet from Umay.
Welcome on board.
See, in as much as I am not against anybody to claim, but our senator from Abia Southeast eminently qualified in all ramifications. But before you do anything, try to think back. And I thank the governor who has just come out to intelligently let him know what he has in mind. That he doesn't need distraction. He just needs to finish up very well, because the man is this. The governor will be one of the best governors. And after 2023, people will see it. So, but what I'm just saying is that for him, he should now think in retrospect the way the whole thing started from 1999, and the way also was handed over the to our present governor. I'm begging him. There are some certain things we do. Sometimes we think it doesn't matter. It matters a lot. And popularity in agitation does not give that person popularity in voting. If you are agitating for people and people love you for that, cannot give you the sole power, cannot make people to love you when it comes to ordinary voting. Because when you deviate from the right norm, especially you are in PDP, and you are trying to deviate from the charter of equity of the PDP, yes.
All right.
Before you know it, people will not be supporting you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to the platform on Flow FM.
Hello, good morning, Mike.
You're welcome. Good morning.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance, my brother.
Thank you for joining us.
I remember Mr. Prince Werosuago from here in Omona, Chinobo, local government in Imo State.
All right.
Mike, I'm of the opinion that as far as we all are political animals, the coming out of Abaribe'S, to me, is quite right. Unlike people, those that are saying the timing, there is no time for politics as I'm talking to you now. Time has gone. Even for him to have come out at this moment, it's too late of him. So I believe that the time he has come out is the rightful time. And as regards to what is going on in Abia State, I'm not from Abia. And I believe that of their Abia Charter of Equity is quite of a minute decision by a particular party. So he has every right to come out for any position. So for people that are saying Abia Charter of Equity, that one is a mere decision by a mere minute number of people. It's not a general decision. So he has every right to come out. So in despite the Abia Charter of Equity, if PDP doesn't want him as regards to Charter of Equity, he has every right to come out from any other political platform. That's my thing. May God bless you in the studio.
All right. Thank you very much for your take. Hello. Good morning to you.
Michael, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Merry Christmas, Marias, and Happy New Year in advance.
Thank you.
My name is Excellent. I'm calling from Onigbo. Yes. Michael, let me tell you the gospel truth. The clearance Abaribe'S. In the declaration, governor is aware. Let me tell you the gospel truth. Governor knows that they cannot compete with Enyinnaya, but two of them will have their primaries. And in the primaries, Enyinnaya will win. That governor is ready to hand over power to Abaribe'S. That's the gospel truth. His brother. Two of them cannot compete. Because it has politically is greater than the government. So what I'm telling you is that governor is aware of his declaration. But what I want to let you know is that Abia cannot condone that. But you know we have seen things and we are now wiser. Abians are wiser now. With what we are passing through now, you don't need any prophet to prophesy to you that something good will happen come 2023. But
All
his
right.
declaration government are well.
All right.
Remember,
Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us. Keep those comments coming. Also, Francis from Enugu says, "Good morning, Merry Christmas to everyone." That's on Facebook. High Star Chica says, "Good morning." Chinedu Okafo on the Facebook page says, "Fortunately, the Abia Charter of Equity was initiated by the PDP, and it has been working for them. So, Senator Abaribe should respect the Charter of Equity. PDP ticket should be zoned to the Abia North." Ambassador Aiko Keke, representing from Oboro Tutu. Good morning, Mr. Mike. Senator Abaribe should be allowed to should allow the incumbent governor to complete his tenure come 2023. Abians will decide. All right, keep those comments coming. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to the platform on Flow FM.
No.
Good
Good morning, Mike.
You're welcome. Good morning.
My name is Godfrey Carlo from Siamasa.
You're welcome, Mr. Godfrey.
Okay. Senator Abaribe declaring his interest to become the governor of Abia State is born out of selfishness. Hello, can you hear me?
Go on. Why do you say so?
Yes. Why is somebody that his brother is already a governor for 8 years from the same local government, on the same geopolitical zone, shouldn't at this time decide to run for governorship election, in the sense that he has been a senator for 16 years, and he shouldn't consider the plight of and the sufferings of Abians before making such declaration, even though he has good intention. But it is wrong. It is politically wrong for him to come out.
All right. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. All right. Thank you. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to the platform on Flow FM.
Good morning.
You're welcome. Ikechuku.
Yes.
Compliment.
What I will say is, Abaribe is not contesting the governorship in Abia State. Yes, his visit is a political investigation move to find out if the governor is interested in his own or senatorial ticket. Those who want to contest governor do consultation at all levels. By now, you know it. They will start consulting. Yes, I'm telling you. So it's not him. I don't say I have not seen his any political movement to contest that election. And you too should know. All of us who believe in a Igbo presidency should not come down here and begin to give an impression that zoning system or rotation system is not implementable. That kind of thing. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, in as much as that's what is living, so that is rotational. If the issue should be thrown open, it should be thrown open between Abia North and Abia Central. You understand what I'm telling you?
All right.
So whoever takes it, the other one waits. So that is what I want to advocate.
Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us. Ezeka Elvis, that's on the Facebook page, says, "Brand morning to you, Mercury Mike. Compliment of the season. Senator Abaribe declaring his intention for governor seat in Abia State come 2023 is a welcome development. Much love, Flu FM." Zika Chris, that's also on the Facebook page, says, "Good morning, Michael. I'm watching live from Yaba. Yaba is in Lagos. Thank you. Mike, it is not bad for the only vocal distinguished senator to declare his intention to run for the governorship office in 2023. The distinguished senator has shown to be a man of action within the corridors of the red chambers. If he's given the chance to become the next governor of Abia State, that would only be a good thing that would happen to Indi Abia." Okay, let me run through the messages on the SMS line. Uziza Okebi says, Comrade Sonia Manzi rather says, "Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe has every right to express his interest, but before then, let him point out his achievements to his zone, like other senators have done well." Good morning, Mike. Samuel from Olokoro, "The declaration of Senator Abaribe is just a swap between him and Ikpeazu. He goes to become the governor, while the governor becomes the senator." Okay. Time will tell. Oziza Okebi says, "Decision of Senator Abaribe having come from Obingwa, the home of the present governor. Yes, the rotation have gone round. Whether zoning or not, governorship 2023 should be open for the best to contest, since no written agreement to equity sharing parties should give Abians the best material to serve. All right. Those are your messages. Of course, just to let you know that we will keep our ears on ground. The politicking has started already. 2023 is here. It is beckoning, even though we still have 2022 to run through. But then the politicking has started, the political realignment, the arm twisting, the consensus building, the consultations have started, which are all part of the bigger picture of the tight race. To get to the finishing line. Of course, our ears are always on ground right here on Flow 94.9 FM. Trust us, we will bring to you every details, of course, as it happens. Of course, talking about the politicking of 2023. Do enjoy the rest of your holidays as you stay at home. We have more music for you. Many thanks to my producer, Samson Eze, and also the guys behind the visuals on our Facebook page, Stanley and Chinedu. My name is Michael Oni.